is my feet. I'm addicted to foot massages. God put two little vaginas in my feet. And if you rub it long enough, I have a footgasm. And I was spending like $70 a week. What's that, like $280 a month on foot massages. I would go to the pedicure place and she would give me the little wimpy massage, and as soon as the toenail polish dried, I went over to Oakland Mall to the Chinese relaxation spot. Got one of them Chinese men to put his thumb in the G-spot of my feet. Like almost $300 a month, and so I had to, like, you know, quit my other vices. I quit smoking cigarettes. I reduced my weed budget. $10, that's something. And I stopped going every 2 weeks to the hairdresser. I locked my hair, and if you know anything about black women, that was a bold move. And then I got cured because I was over my sister's house one day, and she was waving this business card around. K-toes, K-toes, K-toes. Girl, I thought I had had a pedicure before, but this was a pedicure. It lasted 3 hours. I said, 3 hours, Doreen, he got a foot fetish. And she says, no, he don't, he's a Christian. I'm like, Christians lie, Doreen. They lie about weapons of mass destruction. Foot fetishes. Give me his card. So she said, no, but he's married. I said, well, his wife is a lucky bitch. Give me that card. So I called K-Toes, and apparently he's like a part-time cop, full-time thief, and he only had like an appointment from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. because, you know, following getting off work. So I got there, and this guy's like 6'8". He still had on his uniform, his gun belt, talking about I do pedicures in the basement. So I went down there, and I don't know how my sister missed that this man had a foot fetish. It was toenail polish everywhere, mirrors, big pictures of feet, pretty feet with toe. I mean, he had, and then a lazy boy chair elevated on a platform with a little stool below. I don't know how a 6 foot, I was like, how can he get down on there? Anyway, he had a big old flat screen TV, and so he said, have a seat. It was a church pew, so I sat down, and I was gonna take off my shoes. He goes, freeze! I said, what? And he's like, your feet belong to me now. I'll remove your feet. The lazy boy, and I went and I sat in the lazy boy, and I took my big bottle of Evian out because I hadn't had a lot of water. 3 hours I needed. And he snatched the bottle away from me and put it someplace else. I said, hey, what you doing? So he said, well, I don't want any interruptions. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I don't want you to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of my work. I'm an artist. I said, well, I don't really have to use the bathroom. I'm kind of dehydrated. He says, you know, matter of fact, go use the bathroom. I said, I don't have to. He said, well, a lot of women say they don't have to. Then they get up in the middle of my work and go to the bathroom. So I said, look, I don't have to. He says, a lot of women say that. So I just wanted this footgasm. I got up and I went to the bathroom. I turned on the water, counted to 60, flushed the toilet, opened the door. Whoop, there he is. I'm talking about a lot of women do that. They pretend to go to the bathroom. Frustrated at this point, you know. So I said, look, K-Toes, if you're trying to relax me, you're defeating the purpose. Are you going to give me the pedicure or not? So he said, okay. And so I went and sat in the chair, I got my bottle of water, and then he said, you know, a lot of women do that. You know, they want to be right. I said, well, I don't want to be right. If I have to go to the bathroom, I'm going to get up in the middle of this massage and go, but I don't have to go. So he puts this hot thing of water for me to put my foot in. I mean, you could see the little smoke rising. So I put your foot in there. I said, that's hot. So he said, well, you need to tell your mind, to tell your feet that this water ain't hot. So I stuck my little toe in there. I'm talking about it was hot, man. So anyway, I got used to the water. He gave my foot a bath for like a half hour. It felt real good. Then after that, he asked me, had I ever seen this movie called Somewhere in Time with, you know, Richard, what's his name, Christopher Reed and Jane Seymour. I said, oh yeah, I saw that about 2 or 3 times. He said, well, I want to play it for I like to play it for my first time customers. And I said, well, do you have anything else? Because I saw it before. And he just, and clicked the movie on. Well, it was kind of perfect. It was 90 minutes, and that was the technical stuff, the stuff I ain't into, you know, the cuticles, the pushing back, the getting the dead skin off. I don't care about, all I care about was that foot massage. So the movie ended, and he started the massage. He started the massage, it feels so good, and I was so relaxed, I fell asleep, and then I fell asleep. I couldn't even get the foot gasm because I was asleep. Then when I looked at my toenails, it was polished all over my toes. And then I ran to the bathroom and I started crying. He said, a lot of women do that. They love their foot, my work so much, they go in the bathroom and cry. I said, shut the fuck up. That's it.